For many people in the UK during the COVID-19 lockdowns, walking was one of the only permitted activities that they could do outside of the house. So we really saw a kind of explosion of walking, and within that an explosion of kind of creative walking. And by creative walking I mean walking where people are applying a playful, imaginative or kind of task-based framework. So we consider things like following rainbow trails or leaving painted pebbles in the park, following kind of challenges within your neighbourhood, all as kind of creative modes of walking that people were using as a way to keep themselves engaged, to get outside and also to connect with others. We're really interested in how our findings about creative walking and its benefits can be applied more generally across society. So one of the really interesting things that we found was how important those creative walking moments were for people in terms of mitigating isolation and anxiety, for supporting people to feel connected, both in their immediate community, so in the locations where they're walking. But there's also some really important connections there for people walking at a distance. So we identified a really clear strand of people connecting using social media. So they're either walking with a friend or a family member or somebody else who's distant from them at the same time, or they're sharing aspects from their walk with others using various different forms of social media to stay connected. Many people who feel quite negative about the idea of physical exercise or sport perhaps are more likely to participate in an activity where there's an arts or creative focus, and therefore to take part in something that is a little bit active, which is a really positive thing. And similarly, people who perhaps don't feel like art is for them, they don't necessarily feel like they're a creative person or they're an artistic person, might come and take part in something because it's a walk and thereby get involved in the creative aspects. And so the research evidence around the benefits of creativity are also really clear in terms of support for kind of well-being, for a positive sense of yourself as a mode of feeling that you're able to express your feelings and your identity. It's actually really the combined benefits of the walking and the creativity that becomes more than the sum of its parts.
I think the thing that really touched me, the kind of in-between moments and the surprises of meeting people and kind of engaging in these little moments in parallel with activities. I think that the surprises that came through.
I think what was really interesting was that we were all collectively walking together, but I think getting different things from it. So especially when we were doing the textures and we were rubbing with the graphite sticks, people were attracted to different things. So we're all in the same space, but we're all taking something slightly unique and individual from it. So that was a really nice experience. And just reflecting on that when we're talking with people as we were walking together, it's really interesting to hear what caught their attention and why, whether they were attracted to a colour or to a texture or to a word or a particular feature, and that was really interesting.
For me, this walk was really about connecting to that sense of space and having sort of chance conversations with people. And I particularly love doing the kind of lettering and the textures. And I just love that chance of possibility and being totally open, no agenda. So that's quite refreshing.
So the original research had used a number of different data collection methods. We conducted a major survey, around 1,500 respondents, a huge amount of data collected there that we continue to work with and to analyse. But we've published a number of reports around walking during pandemic conditions, including some of our recommendations for moving forward in time and the more general benefits and potentials of the work. I'm working with teacher training students who, as a cohort, I think nationally and also specifically within the University of East London, where the pilot that we're doing is based, experience very high levels of stress. So as a wellbeing intervention, but also as a new strand of the research, we're running a series of Walking for Wellbeing workshops where students come out of their work placement for a half day and participate in a walking wellbeing session. The students now are nearing the end of their course and they're starting to apply for jobs, and some of them are talking about, are there ways that they could take these activities into their work So that's opening up ideas for us and possibilities for exploring. So my hope is that we'll be able to continue the work. The indicators from this pilot have been really, really positive. So my ideal would be that we were able to roll this out and offer it as a programme, as a really well-evidenced programme for wellbeing support for the trainee teacher cohort and possibly more widely next year.